well.
Oh, he played Wario. So Dan's already beaten this Wario, is what he's saying, and now he's going to beat it again. Yeah, we are getting into the first game of this set. I'm so excited.
I was going to say, and the beauty of this is that this is a Degalla who is already through and has no expectations. And that is when Degalla can be honestly terrifying.
Oh, absolutely. When you are playing unbarred, when you're a demon unchained, that is really good for a character with such precise execution as Greninja, getting those drag down combos, getting those big hits, which is what Dan loves, which is what Dan is good at. And that is what he might be able to express in this game. If RMH doesn't start running away with it already, racking on a very good 62% and now playing a very patient neutral, I like it.
Yeah, and you can see just mistiming that up smash there, and RMH managing to get a hit but being stuck on this platform. It really feels like RMH is doing a good job of playing around this dash attack. Of course, one of Greninja's best combo openers, and RMH knows that if he does get hit by the dash attack, particularly at this percent, it can be the end of a stock, but just waiting for that. Oh, have got the text on the drag down.
Oh my goodness, what a Wario confirmed. Down tilt, weak fed, down tilt, dash attack. RMH, what are you cooking right now? In that stomach of yours, as the gas is starting to boil. 1 minute into that waft time, another minute, and RMH will be seeing that strong kill move. Right now, he doesn't seem to need it. He's racked on 146%, and Wario has a plethora of kill options to get rid of his stock. But Degalla has finally found his own footing and has put RMH off stage. Has
wow! So good. Knowing that the bike was not an option and the back air just being able to seal out that stock at 168%, but I feel like that's going to be a stock. Yep, small battlefield. That chomp is going to take your stock every single day of the week, dude.
Yeah. 30 more seconds on that waft time after a slow start into that stock one. Obviously, we sped it up, but that has given RMH the time to get into a pretty good position here. Degalla is being built up on percent, and if he's not careful, in 15 seconds time, his life might be forfeit. That is the scariest move in the game. Waft, the one you confirm into, the one that kills at 50, the one that has armor. It is everything to this character sometimes. And RMH, obviously no stranger to using it, having played this character so well over Wi-Fi, over the past year, has been making statements. And right now, he is in such a good position here to remove Degalla's second stock, who will obviously be trying to hold on to it for dear life.
Yeah, trying to catch a jump read there with the back air, but Degalla not quite giving it to him. And of course, the waft is available, but it is not disturbing Degalla in any way, shape, or form. I feel like that back air, and just, I feel like a little bit of suspect DI there, killing a little bit earlier than you would expect. Trying to get that into the forward air, and yes, there we go, dead even stocks, but we have got the nuclear option available for RMH right now.
I will say, it's like RMH was kind of gifted that stock from Degalla. It feels like he gifted one right back with that DI on the fair. But maybe it was just to reset a rage, as right now this is a position which Warriors love to find themselves in. All they have to do is hit this combo, and they can start putting the fear of God into you.
But this is the thing, we've had a couple of opportunities already from RMH to try and get that waft combo, and it feels like Degalla has been escaping by the skin of his teeth. Real respect to RMH for not pulling the trigger a little bit too early, trying to punish that neutral air. Oh, and just trying to use the extension on the bike to get a bit more off that shallow sneak. But again, RMH, he knows the tricks that can be used against him.
Degalla is showing so many good ideas right now. He has delayed his aggression. He's landing on shield. He's extended with the bike. He is showing so much. As a person, I don't think is that familiar with this matchup. All he has in his region is Whippy M, and yet you believe he's tried and tested against Wario. The way he's showing him stuff right now, the way he avoids Waft, RMH has lost his key resource. Can Degalla make good on it?
Yeah, this is a really, really crucial thing. Just started from being lopsided to being dead even, and just both these players playing it so patiently. That retreating forward is such a strong option for Greninja here. RMH on the hunt and just being outside of that range to get that chomp here. And Degalla on the hunt with that dash attack is not quite working just yet. The ledge trap
puts himself to ledge. RMH has a few options here. He's got chomp, he's got F-tilt, but none of them find their mark. Degalla has pressured the bike out of him, but it's caught it accidentally. I think he meant to dash attack now. RMH is the one with control of the ledge. A side B, a shadow sneak, escapes the ledge and seals RMH's fate.
Who do you think you're chomping? Who do you think you're chomping?
He bit the air, bro.
Bit the air.
He's eating air. Degalla is now making even more of a statement. He said 21st seed. Who?
21st seed. Who?
Quarter that. Bring it down to 5th, because he might be making him sit on 5th seed.
it's all well and good. Going straight back into it. Of course, RMH going to be making some adaptations, but again, it felt like both of these players were doing so well, just gathering that data and just waiting for these hits. That has been something that Degalla has really been trying to focus in on his gameplay, waiting for those, waiting for those hot reads in those moments where it's really going to matter. And we saw it with that Shadow Sneak there. That could have happened at any point during any ledge trap, and he waited until that perfect moment where it would get him the most reward. And in this case, that beautiful little #1 next to his name right now. But certainly, we are seeing already these two are so aggressive, nearly dying off the top there, but that neutral had just caught the Shadow Sneak.
Game 1 to this. Game 2 is a marked difference, I feel. In Game 1, we saw a really slow start. We saw these two players not really being able to extend to their advantage, kind of feeling each other out in neutral. RMH was taking more patience, but Degalla is the one that is now letting him come in. It hasn't worked out for him because RMH is extending so much better on his advantage and finding a lot more hits in those situations, and has managed to steal the first stock out first and is teching every single one of those options that would lead to his stock being gone. He has made such a phenomenal use of his lead already with 79% racked on and not losing that first stock yet.
Yeah, and we can see Degalla just using the Phantom Footstools there and catching the jump with the forward air. And again, 85%. Greninja has got some ludicrous damage output, but you've got to be in those right positions to get it at 118%, and the lingering forward air just slapping the frog off the stage.
Yeah, that F-tilt is a move that is renowned by so many at this point. We've seen Gluto, SBF, we've seen every Wario make such phenomenal usage of it. It kills well, it lingers well, it does a lot of damage, it does everything for you. And RMH finally being able to make good use of it, taking that second stock already. 2 minutes in, we've seen such a difference. They were both from their second stock last time, but this time Dan's already on his first, on his last 2 minutes in.
Yeah, and this is where things can get real spicy. Of course, Waft is available as well, and just catching, we've seen it a lot. RMH going for these jumps, trying to get those aerials to get those combo starters, and Degalla just waiting for that perfect moment to call it out with the up smash, trying to punish the down air, but unless you parry it, it is such a ridiculously hard move for the vast majority of the cast to punish.
Yeah, RMH right now is kind of dancing around Degalla to find his opportunity. The Waft confirms they're kind of out of question now. He'll either be finding it from a tech chase or in an off-stage scenario with a hard read. Though, that he might not need it, as Waft is doing well enough already. Doesn't get some grab inside of the Waft. I feel Waft has been enough there, but sort of seasons up a little bit there, and it's Degalla's chance right now to bring this back into his favor. He knocks RMH off stage.
And I believe I thought the jump was gone, but good job RMH deceiving everybody, including myself there. And the forward air, this is not out of the question just yet. Dan on 120%, one drag down combo can at least begin to get the mountain higher, but he might need to save those for game 3, 1-1 in the set.
Yeah, Wario doesn't really need that one percentage. By that point, there is so much you have to fear. Fair, back air, up air, back F tilt, down tilt, dash attack, chomp, grab, bike. All of those options culminating to make an intense mental game that Degalla couldn't quite overcome there. That was a really interesting switch up on that first game.
Yeah, it really was. It felt like the pace really ramped up, and that certainly, it felt like for that first stock, I feel like Degalla couldn't quite keep up with the pace of it. I feel like after that first stock was taken, he was like, okay, we're speeding things up a little bit, I can keep up. And it was pretty much, even toe-to-toe after that point. But at that point, the damage was already done.
Yeah.
And we have seen, the Wario still sticking around. We're definitely not going to see any kind of K-Rool shenanigans, I don't think.
Perhaps he needs to just take it slow and take a breather. As we said before, this is a man that should be playing without fear because he's already through to the bracket. He's already upset everyone's expectations of him. So all he needs to do now is calm it down a little bit so that he can start executing on that game plan and the advantage state again. But RMH is just not giving him that time to breathe.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a very similar start to this game too, where it's just one very strong Wario confirm just brings the percent that high, and then now it just feels a little bit like RMH has got an idea, is playing around these dash attack ranges really well, and is knowing when to really press that advantage and when to just let Degalla dig his own grave.
And I mentioned earlier how Degalla it was incredible to see how Degalla was playing around Wario, considering he doesn't really have that sort of experience in this region. The same can't be said for RMH. I know that he put most of the contestants in Northwest, but he was also a big competitor on Wi-Fi, and I imagine faced RMH a lot, if not in region. And so RMH does have the practice. He does know how to play around Greninja's more patient neutral, and right now is showing a really good job of how to deal with it, a masterclass maybe, and how to stuff out those approaches with yet another F to steal out that stock. We are seeing so much experience come through in the season right now.
It also feels like any time that Degalla is trying to push that advantage, it feels like Wario's air drift is really, really making it difficult. Just waiting for that air dodge again, but once again, the air drift, Wario being so difficult to pin down in the air. It feels like Degalla's been getting the right reads, but just not quite been getting it. And again, the fair, but...
He used his double jump when he was avoiding it, and as a result, because he mashed past the ledge, he couldn't quite get back up. Degalla gets quite the fortunate stock there, and right now we have to see if he can make good on that gift from RMH.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of these neutral air dodges at these early percents from RMH, and it's been so difficult. And there it is, the tried and true. A little bit of a grimace there from Degalla, but again, it's Waft should in theory be off the table now for the rest of the set. Trying to get that double back air again. Wario just about avoiding that.
You remind me, actually, at the rest of the set, one of these players will go home the winner, one of these players will go home the loser here, and it's up to Degalla to show that he can make good on that Waft being gone, so that he can be the one that comes out with that first seed in pool, that illustrious first seed in pool that can make him his run in pro bracket so much easier.
Yeah, and we can see once again Degalla just waiting. I feel like RMH has gotten to grips with the way that Degalla is handling his advantage state, and is just almost waiting back, saying, you know what, I'm going to wait for you for a second. I can see that you're not doing anything. Nice, I'll just run away. And the bike, this is becoming a bit more of a foregone conclusion. Real excellent stuff to avoid the bike, but it might be too little too late at this point.
Yeah, it just takes one more F tilt that we've seen so much from RMH to steal out Greninja's stock. I think most of the places on stage at this point will do it. So Degalla really needs to take this stock here and now, and then find something big. He manages to put a bit promise on the first one. Can he extend to the latter of his objectives?
And this is the thing, I'm waiting once again for that air dodge, and another one coming out from RMH, but knowing that he's been waiting for those dash attacks, he's been waiting to hold shield. Excellent DI there. This is the beginning of something potentially for Degalla, but the down tilt into the dash attack and just about kills off the top. A close set, but 2-1 to RMH.
He knew.
Yeah.
Fortunately, RMH knows that he had been hitting Degalla at that ledge, his neutral get-ups or his ledge hangs with F-tilt. If you're getting hit so much when you're there, then you want to get as far away from it as possible.
Yep.
Because F-tilt also catches jump, you roll, and when you roll, you actually fall into Wario's loving arms with that down tilt dash attack, as that seals out that set. RMH, not yet quite. I believe that might have guaranteed his position as first.